Well, that's not the best way to spend Mother's Day weekend, now is it? Ugh! Dang it, man. You just hate to see it. It is still May, okay? I don't want to go too crazy after losing a series in May. There's still a whole lot of ball left to be played, whole lot of season left to go. It's not the end of the world for the Tigers to lose this series, but at the same time, yeah, it sucks to lose any series, period. Let alone this series specifically. With the Comerica Park crowd, all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, especially Saturday with that sellout crowd, man, you hate to lose a series at home in which the crowd is rocking for all 3 games. You hate to lose on Mother's Day weekend, too, like I said, to start this video, but, it's not the end of the world because, like I said, it's still May. It's still very early in the season. There's a lot of ball left to be played. And plus, too, we'll talk about this in this video. The Rangers, even though they haven't played their best ball to start this season, I feel like you're as good as your record says that you are. But at the same time, I kind of feel like this Rangers team is better than what the record says, if that makes any sense, That's still a good team. There's a reason why coming into this season, many people, myself included, picked the Rangers to win their division. And there's a reason why a lot of baseball people said that this Rangers team is a World Series contender. They're still good. Even if they haven't played their best ball to start this season, that's still a good baseball team. So, to lose a series at home to the Rangers in May, yeah, it's not the end of the world for me, man. It sucks to lose, but it's not the end of the world for me. Nonetheless, though, Tigers lose 2 out of 3 this weekend at home to the Texas Rangers. Let's talk about it. First of all, though, I do have some housekeeping notes I need to take care of. Thank you so much, Roastar, for sponsoring this video. They've got hot coffee, cold brews, chocolate, all kinds of great drinks and treats for you to try and enjoy. Visit our website, roastar.com, link in the description below. And if you find something that you want to try and make an order, you can always save some money on that order by using my code, TonyD. Shout out to Roastar and thank you once again to them for sponsoring this video. And also, if you can all do me a favor, leave a like on this one, comment your thoughts on this Tiger Series loss down in the comments below, and hit that subscribe button as we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I very much appreciate it. We are less than 500 away, ladies and gentlemen. We are less than 500 away from that goal of 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you can hit that sub button, I would very much appreciate it. And last but not least, happy Mother's Day to all the great moms out there. I know my mom is watching. She watches every video, and I know she's watching this one right now, too. Shout out to, as my friends call her, Mama Dombrowski. Happy Mother's Day to her. Happy Mother's Day to my sister. She might be watching, I think. I don't know. If she is, happy Mother's Day to her, too. Happy Mother's Day to all the great moms out there. Alright, that takes care of my housekeeping. Let's now talk about this Tigers series loss against the Rangers. Let's start on a good note, though. Let's start by talking about that win on Friday night. As I mentioned in my previous Tigers video, I did go to the game on Friday night. I went with my friends. A great time at Comerica Park, as per the usual on a Friday night in downtown Detroit. Beautiful weather and a beautiful Tigers win to start the weekend. And not only did we get to see another fun Tigers victory, but we saw, and this is really saying something, because obviously Tarik Skubal has had a lot of great pitching performances in the Old English D so far in his career, but on Friday night, that one's up there. That was one of the best starts from Tarik Skubal we have ever seen, which is, again, saying a lot because he's obviously had a lot of great starts, as we know. But yeah, he was really on one on Friday night. I remember me and my boys when we were watching this game around like the 5th or 6th inning, and he was throwing up zeros. He was perfect. We were kind of thinking to ourselves, like, we don't want to say anything, but he's got some, dare we say, perfect stuff, Unfortunately, he did not get the perfect game, but still, he was locked in, and again, that was one of the best starts we have seen from Tarik Skubal. 7 innings, 2 hits, only 1 run given up, no walks, 12 strikeouts, 12! And what was it, 32 whiffs? 32! That's crazy. That's insane. 32 swings and misses? Yeah, man, he looked great as per the usual. There's a reason why we say that Tarik Skubal is the best pitcher in baseball, because he is, and he showcased that on Friday night. Given the Rangers offense coming into this series, they have been struggling so far to start this season, but I don't care who you're facing. The struggling Rangers, the Rockies. Did you see that Rockies score on Saturday night? Oh my goodness. anyway. I don't care who you're facing, good or bad team, good or bad offense. When you put up those numbers, 7 innings, 1 run, no walks, 12 strikeouts, 32 whiffs, I don't care who the opponent is. That deserves a lot of praise and a lot of round of applause. So yeah, Tarik Skubal, great on Friday night. Without question, my Tigers pitcher of the game in that victory. It was awesome to see another Tarik Skubal gem in person. And I want to give some love to the Tigers bullpen, too, for that win on Friday night. Because it was still a one-run game. But the change-up king, Tommy Kahnle in the 8th inning. And then Will Vest in the 9th inning. Just absolutely nasty, as they always are. Tommy scores 8th inning. Will Vest a 1-2-3 9th inning with the strikeouts. They were great. And again, it was just a one-run game. It was still, obviously, a ball game, But they came in there and did their thing. They locked it down and really helped put the exclamation point on this Tigers win. And then offensively for the Tigers that win on Friday night, though we admittedly didn't do a lot, we did just enough to get that victory thanks to the dominant pitching performances from Tarik and the bullpen. Cole Keith, my Tigers position player of the game in that win on Friday night. Another good day for him in the month of May. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to continue to just keep my mouth shut and not really say much so I don't jinx him. But, yeah, another good day for him in the month of May. He had those 2 hits, an RBI, and a run scored. Shout out to Cole Keith for having another good day. That run was scored off the bat of Dylan Dingler, an RBI double for him. Shout out to Ding 2. And then the final shout out offensively, Gleyber Torres. He had 2 walks in Friday night's win. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, a good start to the weekend for the Tigers. A good win. Pitching and offense. All around, a good team win, and just a good win, period, to start the homestand, start the series, and start the weekend for the Tigers. Unfortunately, though, little do we know as Tiger fans that win on Friday night would be the peak of our fun this weekend as Tiger fans, Saturday and Sunday were, unfortunately, definitely not as fun as Friday nights. First of all, from a starting pitching standpoint, both Jack Flaherty on Saturday and Reese Olson on Sunday really struggled. Jack, especially on Saturday, struggled again. Another rough start for him. That's now 3 in a row. I'm looking at his game log right now. His past 3 starts, 4 earned runs, and then 5 earned runs yesterday as I record on Saturday. And there's a lot of people who are concerned about Jack Flaherty right now, which part of me does get it because, again, that's his 3rd rough start in a row. His velocity is down. I've seen a lot of people be like, why is his velocity down? Is he maybe hurt and we don't know it yet? Hopefully not, because we did just lose Casey Mize to the injured list. So if we lose 2 starters to the injured list in the span of a couple days or whatever, that would not be great. That would not be great at all. But yeah, that's all to say, though, that there are a lot of people concerned about Jack Flaherty right now. Part of me gets it, but at the same time, hopefully it's just a rough slump. If he is hurt and I'm wrong, it's not the first time I've been wrong. It's not the last time I'm going to be wrong either, I mean, what do I know? I'm just an idiot that's talking in front of a microphone and a camera. I don't know if he's hurt, obviously. I'm going to assume he's not because we haven't been told that he is, Again, if I'm wrong, not the first time, not the last time, I'm just going to assume that he's just in a little bit of a slump, which happens whether you're an offensive player, a pitcher. This is what happens in baseball. It's a long season. You're going to go through slumps like this. Again, whether you're a position player, a pitcher, whatever. Slumps are going to happen. So hopefully Jack is able to break out of this sooner rather than later. And, there were a lot of people saying, too, oh, Jack has sucked this season. Not really. I mean, I'm looking at his game log right now. Before this rough 3-game stretch, Jack to start the season, 2 earned runs, 1 earned run, no earned runs, 3 earned runs, 2 earned runs. That's not bad at all. So I'm not really sure where this talk came from that Jack's been terrible this season. I kind of feel like he hasn't. He's been pretty solid for us, I feel like. But yeah, what have you done for me lately? Not a lot, unfortunately. So, yeah, hopefully, again, it's just a rough slump, and Jack is able to break out of it sooner rather than later. I trust him to figure it out. He's very talented. I trust Chris Fetter and our coaching staff, especially from a pitching standpoint. Hopefully, Jack can figure this out, again, sooner rather than later. Hopefully, it's just a rough slump, and hopefully he's not injured, And Reese Olson also struggled, too, on Sunday, unfortunately. Gave up 3 earned runs in just 4 innings pitched. That second inning was really the really the tough inning for him. That was a long inning, and it could have been more than 2 runs. Texas loaded the bases, but Reese was able to fight out of it. It could have been a lot worse than just 2 runs in that inning, but it was still not a great inning nonetheless for Reese and the Tigers. I'm not concerned about him at all. His ERA on the season is still a 3.38. That's still really good. Listen, I said it early in the video, like this Texas team, especially offensively, though they have been struggling a little bit to start this season, that's still a really loaded and good team. That's a good and loaded offense. They still got guys like Corey Seager, Marcus Simeon, Garcia, Jock Peterson, Wyatt Langford, Young, Carter. Like, I could go on here. Jonah Heim. Like, they're still a loaded team. They're still a good team, a good offense with a lot of dudes in that lineup, So to see Reese kind of struggle a little bit on Sunday, and even Jack struggle again against this offense on Saturday, it is a little frustrating because they have had their struggles so far to start the season, but at the same time, it's not the biggest deal in the world to me because, again, they still have a lot of good names in that lineup, and that is still, I feel like that is going to be a team that is still very much going to be in the AL playoff picture throughout this baseball season, I'm not sweating it. Flaherty on Saturday, Reese on Sunday. Our starters struggled against this Texas offense the past 2 days, and then even the bullpen struggled too. Again, I'm not sweating it because I feel like this Texas offense is a lot better than what we have seen to start this season, But, yeah, the bullpen also struggled, unfortunately. Saturday, the bullpen, General Gunther gave up 2 runs. Tyler Holm gave up a homer. John Brebbia gave up 2 runs as well. The only guy who didn't give up a run on Saturday was Chase Lee, the Viper. I'll give him my picture of the game on Saturday for that. And then Sunday, too, Bo Brisket gave up a 2-run homer. Brant Herter gave up a solo shot as well. Brendan Hanafy, hands and feet, he threw a scoreless inning, so shout out to him. And Chase Lee threw another shutout inning in this game. 1, 2, 3, 9th inning with a strikeout. So good weekend for Chase Lee. A weekend in which there wasn't a ton of great pitching from the Tigers, unfortunately, especially in the bullpen. Chase Lee is someone who really stood out. So great Saturday, great Sunday. Shout out to Viper. I will give him my Tigers picture of the game. Again, I gave it to him for Saturday. I'll give it to him for Sunday. Shout out to Chase Lee. He's been solid for us this season, He's been solid. Again, shout out Chase Lee for pitching well both Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, that's all to say, ladies and gentlemen, that the pitching on Saturday and Sunday for the Tigers was maybe not the best, but they'll bounce back. They're way too talented not to, And now moving on to the offense, there's not a whole lot to talk about here either. Sadly, Saturday, Carey and Riley homered. That's great. Carey, that leadoff homer, was part of a 3-hit game for him. Shout out to Carey Bonds. He's my Tigers position player of the game for Saturday night's loss. And shout out to Glaber as well. Once again, he had a hit and an RBI on Saturday night. But other than that, there's not a whole lot to talk about for the offense on Saturday night. They did face Jacob deGrom. I'm not sweating it at all because, Jacob deGrom's healthy, and we know what that means. That's not good news for the rest of the league if Jacob deGrom is healthy. We saw that on Saturday night. He was fantastic, as he always is when he is healthy. So, yeah, it is what it is. And then Sunday, kind of the same thing. We faced Nathan Eovaldi. He was great. He's very underrated, I feel like. And I kind of feel like that word almost gets overused in sports. Like, oh, this player's underrated. This player's underrated. I feel like it's overused, like I said. But at the same time, I kind of feel like Nathan Eovaldi is one of those players who is really underrated. He's very solid. He's a solid pitcher for the Rangers, a solid starter. And he's been good for them this season. He was good on Sunday. The Tigers offense really couldn't figure him out. We almost got shut out in this game. We didn't get that 1 run until the 9th inning. Shout out to Spencer Torkelson for getting the sac fly with the bases loaded. Tork also had a hit in this game. I'll give him my Tigers position player of the game, sure. But yeah, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, there's not a whole lot else to talk about with regards to this series loss to the Rangers. A good start on Friday night. I'm glad I was in attendance for that to, see a Tigers win in a Tarik Gem, as I talked about to start the video. Good start to the weekend, but the rest of the weekend, not so good, unfortunately. It happens. You can't win every series, and as I said multiple times already throughout this video, I'll say it again one more time right now. It's still so early in the season. There's a lot of ball left to be played, and to lose a series at home to the Rangers, who I feel like is better than what their record says, it's not the end of the world for me, man. We're still a really good baseball team. We're going to bounce back, and hopefully we bounce back starting Monday night at home once again against the Boston Red Sox, beginning of a 3-game set against the Red Sox from Comerica Park. So, yeah, hopefully we are able to bounce back against them. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen, but other than that, I have nothing else to say in this video, so we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it as always. As I mentioned earlier in the video, leave a like on this one. Comment your thoughts on this Tiger series loss down below, and hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I very much appreciate it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you following the Tigers' next series at home against Boston Red Sox. Until then, as always, go Tigers, baby.